What's the deal YouTube? Device Overdose is back with a new video. Today, I will be installing a bicycle rear-view camera system by RadWagon. Coming up next. This is my new rear-view bicycle camera system. And it's one of those things you don't know you need until you decide to purchase one. For some reason, I decided to read the instructions before the installation, which was a good idea because this camera system has 5 specific instructions that should be followed. The system could potentially malfunction if the operation instructions are not followed correctly. I will have more about the HD display shortly, but first, let's flip this over. On the back of this display, there is a 5-button control panel. The top button is your power on/off. There's a plus and a minus toggle. The middle button is the menu, and this last button at the bottom I am still assessing. I am not quite sure what the button is supposed to do yet. Now, let's take a closer look at the RadWagon HD rear-view camera. This compact unit is weather-resistant and built with a wide-angle lens that provides a clear, real-time view of what's behind you. And here's your 3.5mm jack. The camera is lightweight, but it feels solid and well-made in the hand. Here's the bracket that holds the camera in place. It's adjustable and designed to mount onto anything that fits. It uses a basic clamp with a tension screw to keep the camera steady. Inside the accessory bag, you'll find a longer screw option. This is intended for bikes with thicker seat posts. However, I can tell this is probably still not going to fit my post. Even with the longer screw, it turns out that it's still a bit too small for the seat post on my electric bike. Now, let's move on to the monitor bracket. It's a functional design. It's simple, sturdy, and shaped perfectly to grip the handlebars of my bike. It should stay secure, even on bumpy rides. Here's an interesting little piece. It looks like a GoPro-style mount, or an adapter. This could come in handy if you want to use third-party accessories or change up your mounting position later on. This device uses a micro USB charging cable. It's actually a good length, long enough to reach your ports without being in the way. And here I have 6 medium zip ties, and 6 Velcro hook loops. These are pretty useful for managing cables or securing the camera in alternative positions. The original camera bracket is too small for my seat post, so I went ahead and ordered a larger replacement bracket. And, if the bracket does not arrive in time, here's plan B. I'll anchor the camera to my seat post using one of my zip ties. Good news, the replacement bracket came in, right on time. So this is the new bike handlebar camera mount. It has a 1/4 inch screw, with a clamp adapter. This connection point is the main reason I picked up this particular mount. It's stronger and more versatile than the stock bracket. And here's the final installation. The camera has a night vision feature. And, I noticed there's an auto LED at the bottom of the camera. In low light environments the LED activates. So, be honest.
Do you like it?
I think the setup is clean. However, the manual does not provide information about the night vision feature. But so far, the system works well in low light settings. Next, let's head outside, so we can see how the monitor handles the sunlight. I forgot to peel this off. And now, let's get some power. The 4.3-inch analog HD monitor has a menu. From the menu you can adjust the brightness, the contrast, saturation, adjust the tint, change the language. Or, you can reset the monitor to its default settings. The monitor could be a little smaller, but it's decent. The video resolution is sharp. In most cases, you will need to adjust the camera after installation. I like to adjust the angle, making sure my view is level. Most of the time, I'll ride my bike to run errands. With the rear view system, I can keep an eye on my items without stopping, or having to turn around. For me, this camera adds an additional layer of safety to my riding style. However, this is a wide-angle camera system, so objects are closer to you than they appear on screen. Also, as a precaution, in most cases, I will cross-reference with my standard mirror before making any turns or changes in my direction. The camera sends a crisp 1080 video feed to the 4.3-inch screen. In direct sunlight, some glare is to be expected. Adjusting the brightness and positioning of the monitor mitigates the effects of glare. The RadWagon camera monitor combo has a weather-resistant grade of IPX68. The monitor houses a 5000 mAh non-lithium cell. The run time is 5 to 6 hours on a full charge. Recharge time is 3 to 4 hours. 5 to 6 hours of run time is more than I would ever need. The RadWagon rear-view camera system appears to be a solid device. The 3.5mm jack might become an issue down the line, and that's because these types of connections grow weaker over time, but that's not a deal breaker for me. Handlebar real estate is limited on most e-bikes, and I try hard not to over-accessorize my bar with unnecessary equipment, and that's because I do not want to become this guy. Or this guy. And that's no disrespect to my accessorized riders. I understand some equipment is important to you. With that being said, a bicycle rear-view camera might not be for most riders. However, There are some good use scenarios, especially if you would like to keep eyes on the activity from behind. Moreover, you can position the camera at almost any angle you want. In my opinion, it is good to have that option. RadWagon makes several different versions of this device. This particular model will cost you 70 green stamps. Riders, let me know what you think about this rearview camera system. Drop a comment, links are in the description. And, we will be back with another one shortly.